Hello, I'm Camelia and this is Kini News. After seeing one Prime Minister resign and having to swear in 3 more, the young di-Pertuan Agong, Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah, has expressed hope that Anwar Ibrahim will be the last leader he appoints as Prime Minister during his reign. The young di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Abdullah Sultan Ahmad Shah has expressed hope that Anwar Ibrahim will be the last leader to be appointed as Malaysia's Prime Minister during his reign. In his final parliamentary address, Sultan Abdullah recalled how he was forced to intervene in national politics after Dr. Mahathir Mohamad resigned as Prime Minister in 2020. The king said that he is the only ruler blessed to reign over the country with 4 prime ministers.
Sehingga ke hari ini, beta telah melalui pelbagai peristiwa dan pengalaman yang sukar untuk beta lupakan. Dari hati. Terpahat dalam sejarah negara bahawa beta adalah merupakan satu-satunya yang di-Pertuan Agong yang telah diberi keafiatan untuk memerintah negara dengan 4 orang Perdana Menteri. Bersama 4 jemaah menteri yang berlainan.
Sultan Abdullah added that the crisis would not have happened if events leading up to the resignation of former Prime Minister Dr. Mahathir Mohamad in 2020 did not transpire. The king also recounted various circumstances which led to his involuntary involvement to appoint Bersatu Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin and UMNO Vice President Ismail Sabri Yaakob as the 8th and 9th Prime Minister. Following this, after the 15th general election, which resulted in a hung parliament, the king said he was once again faced with processes under the constitution that eventually led to Anwar's appointment.
Setelah mengambil pendekatan yang ditetapkan oleh Perlembagaan Persekutuan pada 24 November 2022, beta telah berkenan untuk melantik Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar bin Ibrahim sebagai Perdana Menteri Malaysia yang ke-10. Secara ikhlas, beta berharap Perdana Menteri yang ke-10 ini adalah yang terakhir buat beta. Sebelum beta berangkat pulang ke negeri Pahang Darul Makmur.
A PKR MP has come out to defend P. Ramazami from those calling for him to be sacked over his recent remarks on the civil service. Pasir Gudang MP Hassan Karim has come to the defense of Penang Deputy Chief Minister 2 P. Ramazami. This is over Ramazami's recent remarks on the civil service being ossified and in need of reforms. In a statement, the PKR lawmaker said as a Malay, he does not feel threatened by Ramazami's call for reforms to the civil service that is Malay-dominated. He pointed out that 90% of the 1.2 million civil servants are Malays, which is quite large, and this is what has become an issue for Ramazami. Hassan added that Ramazami called for reform, not a revolution, of the public service sector so that it is seen to be fairer and more balanced. He reminded the public that Malaysia is a multiracial, multicultural and multi-religious country and it should be respected if Ramazami wishes to speak out in justice for the non-Malay citizens. He said Ramazami should not be sacked or removed from his position simply because he dares to voice his views. Last week, Ramazami had said that the argument that Malay domination in the civil service was needed to counterbalance Chinese control of the economy was no longer valid under the coalition government's administration. The statement courted flack against Ramazami and DAP from both sides of the political divide. Ramazami has since distanced the party from his remarks, saying they were his personal views. Meanwhile, when asked for his comments over the issue, Zahid described Ramazami as a loose cannon and left it to DAP to handle the controversy. Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi has declined to comment on DAP leader P. Ramazami's remarks, calling for the Malays' monopoly in the civil service to be broken. When quizzed on the matter yesterday, Zahid left it to DAP to handle the controversy.
He is known as loose cannon. We should not entertain. Let his party leadership addressing the problem.
Ramazami is facing calls to be sacked for his recent remarks on the civil service. Several days ago, Ramasamy had said on Facebook that the civil service is ossified and is in need of reforms. He said the argument that Malay domination in the civil service was needed to counterbalance Chinese control of the economy was no longer valid under the coalition government's administration. The Penang DAP deputy chairperson's remarks had courted flack from both sides of the political divide, including calls from within Harapan for DAP to sack Ramazamy. Following this, DAP Secretary General Anthony Loke advised party leaders against creating polemics in the country. He said it is counterproductive and would bring them nowhere. Loke added that the party has its own way of handling issues and indicated that Ramazamy would be dealt with through the party's internal channels. BN has made an attempt to mend ties with Sabah Chief Minister Haji Noor, who heads Gabungan Rakyat Sabah. However, they appear to be sidelining their Sabah chief Bung Mokhtar Radin in the process. BN has decided to support the Sabah coalition government headed by Sabah Chief Minister Haji Noor. BN Secretary General Zamri Abdul Kadir announced that Sabah BN Deputy Chief Yaakob Khan will be the coalition's liaison in negotiations with the state's coalition government. In a statement, he said the stand to support the GRS government is in line with that of the parties at the federal level who have formed the coalition government. The coalition appears to be sidelining its Sabah chief Bung Mokhtar Radin in their attempt to mend ties with Hajiji, who heads GRS. Last month, Bung, who is also the Sabah UMNO chief, withdrew BN's support for Hajiji in an attempted political coup. However, the attempt failed when 5 Sabah UMNO assembly persons went against the decision and announced that they would continue to support the chief minister. This led to Bung and Yaakob losing their posts in the state government as Hajiji carried out a reshuffle of the state's cabinet. Hannah Yeoh has condemned a racist speech from a former Malaysian badminton player. Youth and Sports Minister Hannah Yeoh has criticized former Malaysian badminton player Bong Guang Yik for uttering racist remarks through his Douyin social media account. In a statement today, Yeoh said she strongly condemned Bong's speech because it contained racial and religious elements. She said that religion has never disturbed the performance of athletes and sports. She added that it has never been a problem in Malaysia and sports must be free of racism and politics. She also advised all national athletes to be careful with their social media content as they are a source of inspiration for the country. According to Yeoh, Bong has not been on the Malaysian badminton team since 2014 and is currently residing abroad. Several days ago, Bong made racial and religious remarks during his criticism of the Badminton Association of Malaysia. Yesterday, he uploaded a video where he admitted he had gone overboard and apologized for his remarks. Bong is currently based in China as a coach. Azmin Ali has been relatively quiet since his defeat in GE15. Now a recent post by him on Twitter has led to speculations on his future. Bersatu Supreme Council member Azmin Ali appears to be taking a break from politics. In a post on Twitter, Azmin said it is a momentary pause in his public service career that warrants going back to the drawing board. He added that nevertheless, there remains no let-up in his resolve to serve the nation and the rakyat. The post came as a surprise to many, with several netizens speculating that Azmin will be taking a break from politics following his loss in GE15. Azmin lost to his former protege, Amiruddin Shari, in Gombak during GE15. He is still the assemblyman for Bukit Antarabangsa as Selangor has not dissolved the state's assembly. Previously, there were rumors that Azmin could be PN's Menteri Besar candidate Selangor in the upcoming state election. Nurul Izzah has accepted an invitation to co-head a secretariat that was formed to support an advisory committee to the Prime Minister. With this, she announced that she will no longer be serving as senior economics and finance advisor to her father. PKR Vice President Nurul Izzah Anwar has confirmed that she will no longer be serving as senior economics and finance advisor to Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim. Nurul Izzah has instead accepted an invitation to co-head a secretariat that was formed to support an advisory committee to Anwar in his role as finance minister. In a statement yesterday, she said the committee chairperson Muhammad Hassan Merican had invited her to join the secretariat and assist their efforts to strengthen the country's and people's economy. She added that she humbly accepted the responsibility and appreciated every opportunity given to serve the country to chart a better future for Malaysia. She also hoped that the services rendered under the new role will be beneficial to the country. Previously, Hassan said he had extended invitations to Nurul Izzah and Petronas Senior Manager Khairil Anwar Ramli to co-head the secretariat. The secretariat will support the advisory committee, which reports directly to Anwar. Anwar had recently come under heavy criticism from supporters and detractors after he announced Nurul Izzah's appointment as his senior advisor. And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you would like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.